Hey there guys, and thanks for joining me in this video as we kick back and relax and talk about some MCU news. So it looks like the Russo brothers were on the red carpet, a premiere of their new movie, The Electric State. It's a new Netflix movie about a robot uprising. They were on the red carpet, and obviously the media were there asking them questions about the next Avengers movies. So we have a little bit of information, we have some video footage of the Russo brothers talking about these next Avengers movies, and also, towards the end of the video, I have to say this as a note here guys, we have what supposedly is a leaked image of Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. But I'm 95% sure that this is not a real image, but I want to give you a warning before we get towards the end of the video. We're going to take a look at that leaked image, but like I say, I'm 95% sure that it's not a real leaked image, but either way, it's a pretty awesome image and it does look really cool, so we'll check it out towards the end of the video. So, let's jump into this article anyway and break down what the Russo brothers had to say about these upcoming Avengers movies. So, this comes to us from comicbookmovie.com. Russo brothers can confirm the next Avengers movies will now shoot back-to-back, promise fans radical surprises. I mean, when it comes to these Avengers movies, there's going to be so many big twists and turns, radical surprises like it says here in this title. There's going to be cameos of characters we never suspected. There's going to be all sorts of craziness over the next few years as we get these movies, and I'm so there for it. I cannot wait to see what happens across these two Avengers movies. So let's get down into the article and check out the footage of what the Russo brothers had to say. Joe and Anthony Russo hit the red carpet for the world premiere of Netflix's The Electric State. By the way, if you don't know anything about that movie, check out a trailer. It looks really fun. It's quite cute. It stars Chris Pratt. It's like a robot uprising type of movie. It looks quite fun. So check it out, guys, if you're interested. Yesterday evening, and unsurprisingly, the subject of Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars soon came up. Obviously, the media are there asking them questions on the red carpet. Of course, the Avengers movies is going to be part of the conversation. How would you not ask Joe and Anthony Russo about these movies? Obviously, that's going to happen. So, Deadline asked the filmmakers how work is progressing on the Marvel Studios movies ahead of the planned April shoot, leading Joe to confirm that they'll be filmed fairly back-to-back. Like I already said, from a production budget standpoint, it makes sense from a business perspective that you would film both of these movies back to back, retain the cast, retain the crew, shoot them back to back. You're going to save a lot of money on the production budgets, which absolutely makes sense. You're a business, you're trying to make as much money as possible, so shooting them back to back, that absolutely makes sense from a business perspective. So instead of me reading these quotes, we're going to go down and we're going to check out the actual footage of what the Russo brothers had to say rather than reading the quotes off the screen. So if we go over here to X, we have this Deadline video here. Anthony and Joe Russo teased the upcoming Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars movies. Plus, if we could see some X-Men characters appear and Deadpool and Wolverine. So let's play this footage. I'm going to pause it halfway through just to avoid copyright. I'll have a little bit of a talk and then we'll continue the footage after. So let's get going.
I was in the room at Comic-Con, so I just have to say the electricity that I felt with that announcement. What can we say about Avengers? Are you going to shoot any here in LA, or are you shooting them back to back?
Not in LA, it's all in London. We're shooting them fairly back to back. It's a lot of work again. We may or may not survive, we'll see.
So I'm just going to pause it there for a sec. So yeah, he says they're shooting back to back. It's a lot of work. To be honest, the guy looks like he hasn't slept in the last month or so. I bet they've been so, rammed with work when it comes to pre-production on this movie. It doesn't, like I say, it doesn't look like he's slept within the last sort of 6 months because they've probably been so hard at work. But also at the same time, I bet he's thinking, you know what, I'm here to sort of celebrate the premiere of The Electric State, but everyone keeps asking me questions about Avengers when I want to talk about The Electric State, and I bet that's sort of leading to some frustration. I could imagine that it would. But anyway, let's keep playing the footage.
But we're very excited about it. We found a way into the story that we think is going to be challenging for audiences, challenging for us to execute. And it's really exciting to us. It gets us out of bed to do it.
Can we see some X-Men characters make an appearance?
Who knows? I don't know. I don't know who we're going to see. I still don't know. Yes.
You can see anyone you want.
Deadpool and Wolverine?
Maybe. Who knows?
Whoever tickles your fancy.
Anybody in the Marvel bag could show up in this movie.
Well, I was in the room at...
I love the way that he says it gets us out of bed to do it. And I'm like, I guess several £1,000,000 in salary doesn't get you out of bed. I found that kind of funny. But anyway, let's move on to the next piece of footage here. So this comes to us from The Hollywood Reporter. At the Electric State premiere, the Russo brothers promise an exciting story in their upcoming film, The Avengers Doomsday. So let's play this footage and see what they had to say.
What are you looking for new faces for these next two films, and what are you looking for?
I mean, that would probably be giving too much away, but you know, I think we're always looking for new faces because there's always new stories to tell, and you know, I think these movies are going to be a surprise to people.
These movies are going to be a surprise to people. It's kind of it must be very frustrating because people are asking you questions about your movie and obviously you can't say anything about the movie, but at the same time you kind of want to get fans excited. But how do you talk about a movie where you can't actually reveal anything about it? It must be kind of difficult to talk about something that you can't talk about.
We found a way into the story that's very exciting to us, but we think very radical. And I think it's going to challenge audiences.
So there we go, guys. That was two different pieces of footage there, one from Deadline and one from The Hollywood Reporter. And Joe and Anthony Russo basically talking about the movie, but not really saying much. And obviously that's to be, expected. They can't reveal anything, the characters, any of the plot or anything. And yeah, that's kind of where we are. But it's still interesting hearing them talking about shooting it back to back, and that's possible that any character could show up in these movies, which we kind of expected anyway. So let's go back over to the article here. I guess. So, the Russo brothers reunite with Avengers Infinity War star Chris Pratt for the Electric State. We haven't seen him in the MCU since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Post-credit scene teased the further adventures of the legendary Star-Lord. The actor was asked if he'd be down to play Peter Quill again, and responded positively. Joe, meanwhile, noted anybody in the Marvel bag could show up in this movie. Guys, this is where we're going to get into this supposed leaked image of Doctor Doom from the set of Doomsday. Like I said, I'm 95% sure this is not a real image, but I want to warn you going ahead into this image, there is that 5% possibility that this could be a real image. So I want to warn you ahead of time if you don't want to see this. Potential spoiler, I say potential, I don't think it is, but I just want to give you a warning. So here we go, you have been warned, final warning, and let's go into this new image. So, here we go. So this comes to us from Reddit Leaks and Rumors. The new Doctor Doom seems to be a variant of Iron Man. So let's check out this image here. This is the image. It's very grainy. It looks like it's potentially on set. It looks like there's people here in front of Doctor Doom, maybe taking pictures, maybe some of the crew members. And we can see here, he's got an Iron Man type armor that he's wearing. Obviously, he's got the green cloak that we all know and love from the design of the Doctor Doom character. But I think that this design here, whether this is real or not, I think this actually looks pretty damn cool. And would I like this if this was the final design for the movie? I think it would look great. I mean, with the right cinematography, with the right filters on the actual movie, and the right camera angles, and seeing this in motion, I think this could look potentially badass, especially if it was touched up with a bit of CGI. But yeah, I think it looks really, really awesome. There's a lot of people in the comment section here below that are complaining, that saying this costume doesn't look that good. And a lot of people are basically saying this is a fake image, that the image has been around for years, it's not a real image. So, with that down, guys, jump down into the comment section, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions on everything we've covered in today's video. What do you think about Joe and Anthony Russo's comments on the red carpet regarding these Avengers movies? And what do you think about the supposed leak image here of Robert Downey Jr. in the Doctor Doom armor? Do you think it looks good? Do you think it looks bad? Or do you think it looks mid? Whatever your thoughts are, I would love to hear them down below, guys. So make sure you jump down there and let us know what you think. With that down, thanks so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button and consider becoming a subscriber of the channel if you haven't done so far. It goes a long way to supporting the content, so I'd really appreciate that. And as always, I will see you in the next video.